The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see Toronto against Anaheim. Checking out Anaheim, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of
Welcome, folks, to what promises to be a great Tuesday night of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. It's East versus West here in Toronto. The Raptors hope to put on a show for their hometown fans. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Pirtle is out there with Jackson. Then there's Gallinari. Then there's Doncic. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point. Here is Paul. After the basket by Anaheim on the other end. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Poked away. Fires at the elbow. Doncic, no good. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Toronto. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
And this is a matchup that can frustrate them as they came up empty in their 2 games against them last year.
Butler kicks to Paul. The All-Star break is coming up. This has got to be a welcome pause, Doris, for teams that are struggling and still finding their way.
I think a lot of those teams hope that this is an opportunity to regroup, maybe a little time for introspection, what's working, what things have not worked for us. If there's a big problem, we can fix it, and if not, hey, perhaps it's time for change.
And so here's Toronto. The Clippers getting the bucket. Inside, Shamet, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And you gotta love how Paul sees the whole court so well. Maybe the best quality for a point guard to have.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Passes it to Doncic. The dish to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Doncic. Shoots. Another shot. Jackson misses.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint. You know, guys, you think about Jimmy Butler, drafted by the Chicago Bulls, and he goes from bench warmer to star. And I always had the sense that once Tom Thibodeau was no longer a part of the Chicago Bulls organization, that Jimmy Butler's days might be numbered there as well. But I think the trade ended up working for both teams.
Now, here's Doncic. His last outing, he had 8 points. Gallinari on the wing. That shot missing, and Toronto will go the other way with it. And Doris, the Bulls are trying to change the culture, more run and gun. That new style didn't really mesh with Butler's approach.
Right. You remember, Jimmy Butler is a Tibbs disciple. Even he has said perhaps he was too confrontational. With that obsessive drive of his, it can sometimes maybe rub people the wrong way. I think he's trying to balance that intensity with positivity with this young group.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
So from the 30th pick in the 2011 draft to one of the elite two-way players in the game, think about every step along the way with the work required by Jimmy Butler. Special stuff.
Now here is Pirtle. He's coming off a 10-point game again.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific.
And when Pirtle sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
He was all alone on that one. He has 5.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 5. Gallinari outside. Outside for Jackson. And Anaheim with another 3.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Toronto trailing. Shamet, guarded by Jackson. Shamet, again, Toronto. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Now, here's Doncic. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The pass to Gallinari. Over Butler. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
And this is what you...
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student.
The steals thing is just...
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits, what they like to do, gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Just very aggressive on the offensive side of the ball, attacking the rim in this first quarter. A lot of trips to the free throw line.
And one thing that's important is they're making good on the chances they're given.
Gordon out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Chris Paul. Then it's Plumlee. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Pass to Doncic. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 5. Intercepted. Butler on the wing. Gallinari covering. Gallinari against Butler. Gallinari with the rebound.
Boy, the defense collapsing and throwing him off balance on his way to the cup.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. And that one hits back iron.
You know, he's working on his inside game, but clearly there's still a little more work to do.
And Pirtle pulls it down. Anaheim trails by 3. Gallinari surveying the D. Outside Jackson. Good on the triple. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
Well, I think the best part of his tremendous three-point ability as a big man is just how much it stretches the defense.
Down low. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Man, this thing is just going back and forth tonight.
Neither team wants to give an inch. This is fun. Both teams trying desperately to seize the momentum.
Doncic kicks to Gallinari. Dishes it to Doncic. Some nice ball movement by Anaheim. 5 on the clock. And here's Gallinari outside. That one, no good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And guys, they just got so many good looks in that one, and the defense never able to affect their offensive rhythm.
Well, I think the defense from the other team was simply porous. There's no other way to put it. So many openings, and they made them pay for it.
Kicks it to Doncic. Ball's knocked loose. Jackson misses. And it's Paul with the ball for Toronto. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Here's Plumlee. Anaheim grabs the miss.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively, and when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen.
All the officials are all over that one.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws of this.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
55 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Paul outside. Clock at 6. From 13, that one's not going to go. Anaheim goes the other way with it.
2-for-1 territory, but they got to work quick.
Right, you don't want to rush it, but you do want to get off as quick a shot as possible.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 13-point game again.
I'll tell you, with that being his second foul, now you've got to be more careful. You can't give the officials any excuse to whistle him for number 3 before the end of this half.
And so he hits both.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Al Paul. 9-point game his last outing. There's the triple. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. So that'll be it for the... Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Well, for the Clippers, Kenny?
I was surprised on how comfortable they seemed here on the road. The hostile crowd, that didn't bother them at all. And I want to see if they can keep that up in the second half.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team. That about right?
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Toronto shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. So on the floor for Anaheim, we've got Doncic. Pirtle is out there with Jackson. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the 1 spot. Paul's shot is off.
The defense not a factor there. Very surprising he couldn't capitalize.
Doncic passes to Gallinari. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Gallinari's got the lead up to 4 now for the Clippers. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Basket good. Paul's got his second basket of the game. A lot of guys can take over a game, Doris, at a moment's notice. You snap of your finger. In your mind, who goes that quickly into that zone and takes over like that?
I'll tell you this. The guy who comes first to my mind is Klay Thompson. I mean, what we've seen this guy achieve in a 12-minute quarter and the speed with which the ball from the touch of his fingertips to the release is incredible. Damian Lillard, another guy, doesn't get it off quite as fast as Klay, but can put 20-30 in a quarter in a heartbeat. Guys like Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook, when they start cooking, boy, you better step out that kitchen because you're going to be in trouble, Kevin.
You are. Well said. Here's Doncic following the basket by Mason Plumlee. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Shot clock at 6. Now, here's Doncic. He's guarded closely. In Toronto, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. That gives them the lead. He's got 10.
Well, terrific floor awareness from the crafty swingman. Jimmy Butler playing the role of facilitator.
At the elbow, it's Jackson. Shot from free throw range. Rebound by Butler. In Toronto, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's Paul. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's a 3-point Toronto lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Gallinari. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And a surprise he doesn't knock that down. Defense a little too lax that time.
And that one's good by Butler.
Boy, what a drastic change going from so sound defensively in the first half to not close to that in the second.
They need this. Yes! And the foul. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
And how about the balance of Doncic on that possession? Amazing at just absorbing the contact and still with the strength to finish.
Now here's Paul. He's got 6. Gordon finds Butler. Some solid defense from Gallinari.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Gallinari with it, defended by Butler. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Paul with the steal. Buries it down low. Paul's got 8.
Yeah, I think he was forcing too many shots in the first half. Now the game's coming to him.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. And Gallinari kicks to Pirtle. Gallinari against Butler. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Gallinari. Gallinari's got 4 this quarter. Paul outside. To the paint. Pirtle with the steal. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Toronto leads by only 2. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why, Greg, great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA, and you see it right there on display.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. We've got Gordon. He's out there with Jimmy Butler. Paul out there with Plumlee. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. 6 to shoot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by Gordon. They grab their own miss. That evens the score. And it's 6 points for Jakob Poeltl.
Well, the hard work on the offensive glass pays off for Jakob Poeltl. Like to see that mindset from the big man. Goes back up strong as soon as he gets his hands on the basketball.
Paul, and again it's Toronto converting.
And with their hot shooting here in the second half, their field goal percentage over 50% now for the game.
Passes it to Jackson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by Paul. Here's Doncic. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Doncic has got it all tied up now for the Clippers. Toronto shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. Down low. Got a piece of it. Poeltl with the steal. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul looking around. The tray. Rebound by the Clippers. Poeltl's got 6 rebounds in the game. Doncic passes to Gallinari. Shot clock at 5. To take the lead, and he makes that one. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And in a game this tight, a few plays either way can start to turn the tide.
No, exactly. When it's this close, both teams are fighting hard. This is what you want to see.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Out of bounds, Clippers ball as the Clippers keep possession. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Tries it from the top of the key. Second chance shot. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Inside. Now here's Paul. Defense right on him. Anaheim grabs the miss. Gallinari outside. No good from outside. And so it's Butler with it. He'll bring it up for Toronto. To the paint. Kicks it out to Paul. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's good. And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Fearless, decisive, on point.
Which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
Timeout called, Anaheim. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Jakob Poeltl.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Boy, you have to love his poise at the free throw line. He's never rattled, no matter how much pressure he might be under.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Paul outside. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. And so now a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Poked away. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
You know, you've got to be composed mentally right now at this time of the game. It's really careless play right there.
Toronto calls timeout. Seconds left to play in the final quarter. And here is Paul for the win. Oh, no good there. The potential game winner off the mark. And that's... These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. The Clippers win the tip. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. So for Toronto right now, they've got Plumlee. Jimmy Butler is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Chris Paul. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Paul. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And any discussion about CP3 has to start with his hands. The dribble moves, all the steals he gets, he uses his hands better than just about anybody.
You know, he doesn't let that opportunity slip by. Buries some big shots at the line.
Tipped away. Poeltl kicks to Gallinari. And there's the foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That's foul number 2 for him. So it's the Clippers now. Gallinari right side. Can't cash in from close range.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
Well, if he wasn't there, that shot's going in. Love the effort on the defensive end.
Anaheim has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. He kicks to Doncic. 5 to shoot. The shot, no good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Gallinari against Butler. Outside Gordon to take the lead. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And so now a timeout called by Doc Rivers. Late in overtime, they've got a chance to take the lead.
By far the biggest possession of this game.
Doncic with it. Gallinari outside. Over Butler. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And so we are tied again. And as we play on into another overtime, you know these teams must be wearing down. It's become a battle of attrition.
Boys, nice shot.
Toronto with the ball. Now here's Paul. Inside. Shamet. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
I'll tell you, it takes fantastic vision and flawless timing to produce an assist like that.
Gallinari on the wing. To the paint. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Doncic. 6 to shoot. Now Pirtle outside for Jackson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes back up. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the middle. And Jackson with the block, but he recovers it. They get the rebound. And it's Gordon missing.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
Doncic kicks to Gallinari. Here's the pass to Doncic. Gallinari in the corner. Tipped away and stolen by Butler. Fast break Toronto. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Boy, with his power and explosiveness, when Butler gets inside, it's typically a bucket, a trip to the line, or sometimes worse, both.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
He knew what was riding on those foul shots and didn't mess around, making this a 2-possession game.
Timeout called, Anaheim. They're trailing by 4. There's 38 seconds left to play in the second overtime of quite a heated game. Doncic passes to Gallinari. That shot, no good. Some solid defense from Butler. And an intentional foul right there. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, they have to be feeling a little bit more comfortable after the free throws add to their lead.
And the Clippers call time here. They're down by 6. 29 seconds left in the second overtime. What a game. Pirtle dishes to Doncic. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So it gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Can they get it? And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
So it's Toronto winning this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.